Here we are in the QBO gym. The QBO gym is a place where we have numerous hands-on exercises that simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Each month covers a variety of new topics and scenarios, and to make it a little bit easier for you, we break it down into 4 different sections. So if you are a bookkeeper and looking to work on your bookkeeping skills, this is the place for you. And if you'd like to do a whole month's worth all on your own, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. But let's get into today's exercise, which is coming from our June Year 1 warm-ups section. Now, at the top of this page is an animated video to tell you what you, the bookkeeper, will be doing for your client Craig this month. Below that is an interactive pre-assessment quiz that relates to the video up above. Below that are the exercises in this section. And at the bottom here is an optional area where after you have gone through all of the exercises and you've completed them, you will unlock some sample marketing posts that you can use on your LinkedIn to share with everyone what you have learned so far. So let's dive into today's exercise where we're going to practice adding a recurring contract. Go ahead and click on that link to have the exercise pulled up for you. I have it over here on the right side of my screen, so let's read through our scenario. Diego Rodriguez has agreed to a recurring contract for weekly gardening, but he would like to pay quarterly. Since Craig has already signed up for QuickBooks payments, you can set this up so that Diego's card is automatically charged each time. So let's see how to do this. You will need to be in the sample company to do this exercise. If you are not sure how to get into the sample company or get your own free QBOA account, be sure to click on the link in the description. I have the sample company pulled up here on the left side of my screen. This is the dashboard and what it will look like when you sign into it. So let's go ahead and get started with the exercise. Since you are collecting payment, using a sales receipt for this transaction is what we need to do. So to do that, we're going to click on the plus new button and then select sales receipt. So the plus new button on the top left corner of the screen, click on that. And then under customers, you will see sales receipt. Go ahead and select that. Now, when it comes up for us, we are going to go ahead and fill it out. We are going to click on Make Recurring because, again, we want this to be happening as he pays each quarter. So click on Make Recurring on the black bar at the very bottom, and you'll get this information that will show up for us. We're going to give the template a name. So let's go ahead and type D. Rodriguez Quarterly Guard with these being abbreviated a bit. So go ahead and click into it and go ahead and type Rodriguez. Let's see if I got that right. Quarterly Guard. Alternatively, you could have also just highlighted over this wording, copied it, and then pasted it in here. Either way would be totally fine. We're going to leave the type as scheduled right here because we want this to go on a schedule. And we're going to enter 0 days in advance. This means that the transaction will automatically be created on the date selected below. So we're going to click into this and go ahead and type 0 to have 0 days in advance. In the customer field, we're going to select Diego Rodriguez. So click on that down arrow. You will see he is the 4th one listed here. Go ahead and select his name. You'll see his information appear for us once you do that. We're going to click on the checkbox next to automatically sends emails. That means that it will automatically email him about this transaction. Under interval, we're going to leave it as monthly on day 1st as is. So we're going to leave these things here as is. But in this month section, we actually need to type 3 months. And that is because there is not an actual quarterly interval. So to have that quarters, you would have to break it out every 3 months is when it would be paid. So click into that and go ahead and type a 3. Now we're going to leave the start date blank and to automatically begin the recurring transaction on the next occurrence of the first of the month. Note that in a real life scenario, you would need to confirm when you are actually going to begin charging Diego. So we're going to leave these things as is. In a real life, you would want to double check with the customer. Let's go ahead and fill out the rest of this sales receipt to show what it is for. So in the product service field, we're going to select landscaping gardening. So if you click into this, you can scroll down until you find gardening, or you can go ahead and start typing it in the box until it comes up. Either way is perfectly fine. Once you find it, go ahead and click on it. In the description field, you see it will automatically fill in weekly gardening service. That's right there. And that's because this gardening account that is set up in the products and service, or service, not accounts, this gardening service that is set up in the products and services is already has this information there. That's why this is all pre-populating. But we want to add it a little more information so it's a little more specific. So in here, we're going to type comma paid quarterly. So click into that description box. Go ahead and type a comma paid quarterly. That way just have a little bit more description about what this is for, and it's just a little more specific. In the rate field, we want to type 1200. So click in that rate field, go ahead and type 1200. If you hit the tab key over, you will see that QBO has made the adjustment and updated the transaction to show that it is $1,200. Now, because Craig has already signed up for QuickBooks Payments, which is into its merchant service, he can automatically charge Diego's credit card or debit his bank account via ACH. You need to make sure Craig has written authorization from Craig or Diego to do this. He can use his own permission form or get one from Intuit. That is very, very important. Anytime you are going to be doing some kind of a recurring contract with somebody, you need to make sure that they have authorization to from the customer to automatically do it. So make sure it's written, not just verbal confirmation. Now, because you, where do we go? Because you cannot do this for real in the sample company, just review the process as described here. So to charge a credit card in the payment field, you must select an option that has specifically set up as a credit card. You will know it has been set up this way because when you select it, you will see a button that says enter credit card details and a checkbox to automatically process the or charge the card. So that would be up here, this payment method. There would be something that says credit card, and then you can enter the credit card details. Not sure if you can see from that screenshot right here, but there would be that button underneath that would allow you to edit the credit card details specifically for this. You can also check the status of or change any of your payment methods by going into the gear icon, selecting all lists, or in the all lists, clicking on payment methods. Now notice that when a correctly set up credit card option is selected, the deposit to field disappears. This is because payments received from credit cards are automatically sent to the bank account selected in account and settings. So what we're saying here is that once you have entered in that credit card information, this field will disappear. Currently, it says deposit to undeposited funds, and undeposited funds is a holding account for cash or checks for things that have been received that have not physically made their way to the bank account yet. That is what this one is for. But what this is saying is that when you are using a credit card, it is automatically going to the bank account. So this deposit to field is unnecessary. So it just disappears. Now, to debit a bank account in the payment field, you must select the option ACH. If it does not appear on the list, you would click plus add new and then create a payment method with exactly this name. So to do that, you would click this down arrow, you would click plus add new, and then create a payment method with that exact name. With this selected, you now have an enter bank info button for which you will need to require a bank account and routing number. Note that with an ACH though, you have the option to select a deposit to account, but this is only where the transaction is recorded. It will still be deposited in the account identified in the account and settings. All right, so after all of that, because QuickBooks Payments is not set up in the sample company, in the payment method field, we're going to select MasterCard. So you're going to, if you haven't already, click that down arrow to get this drop down and then go ahead and select MasterCard. In the deposit to field, we're going to select checking. So in this field, click the down arrow, select checking. And then we're just going to click on Save Template, which is the green button on the bottom right corner. Go ahead and click on that. And there you go, it's been saved, and you have now saved or created a recurring contract. Now, if you like this exercise and you'd like to do more like it, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. We move through the warm-up section with our next exercise, where we practice adding some more expenses. And I will see you in the next video.